Storm Tracker 6. This is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we saw pretty nice conditions for the day today. Temperatures right now into the 50s, 51 degrees in Lansing and Grand Ledge with those clouds still in the forecast. And we're also noticing a little bit of some gusty winds. 54 degrees down in Jackson, 53 degrees into Hillsdale. We also still have this wind advisory in effect until 10 p.m. tonight. That's for those gusty winds. Hopefully though, they will taper off throughout the rest of the night, giving us some calm conditions for tonight. The clouds are slowly starting to dissipate, and eventually we will continue to see some calm conditions in the forecast. So once we head into the next couple of hours, we will continue to see our temperatures start to fall back down into the 40s and eventually into the 30s for tonight, with some clear skies as well. All of the full details coming up in just a little bit. 6 News at 6 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 6.
Reactions are pouring in from around the world on the life and legacy of Pope Francis. 6 News has been speaking to Catholics about the church leader who died early this morning. And it is our top story tonight at 6. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones.
And I'm Siobhan Klepfer. The 88-year-old Francis was the 266th man to carry the title of Pope and the first of his name.
The first Latin American Pope was also unique in the way that he championed migration issues, and members of the Spanish-speaking Catholic community are especially feeling this loss very hard.
Yes, Nick Simon spoke to the father at Cristo Rey Catholic Church. He's here for you now with more. Nick?
Sherry, Siobhan, Cristo Rey has been at the center of Lansing's Spanish-speaking Catholic community since its founding in the 1950s. The congregation is made up of farm and factory workers who related to the Pope's humble upbringing and leadership style, and they saw him as one of their own.
It was a good representation. Seeing a pope that comes from a place similar to mine, we can see someone we can identify with, to be able to have, an Argentinian, Latin American pope that we have had. Yeah, that lifts up the spirits and draws a deeper connection with the members of our congregation, for sure.
Father Vincent believes the Pope's Latin American roots gave him more empathy when it came to issues like migration. And he thinks he did a good job standing in as a voice for moral clarity during such a hectic political landscape.
It can be a time when people can feel marginalized or anxious or fearful, right? But once again, it's good to have a voice for morality, a prophetic voice, and certainly Pope Francis has had that prophetic voice for the dignity of migrants and refugees, and ensuring that however laws are enforced, that everyone is treated with dignity.
As the church prepares to pick its next leader, Father Vincent says his congregation is asking the church to keep up the pressure on topics they see as moral issues, like immigration and gay rights.
Preaching faith and morality, however it applies privately or publicly, is part of the role of the clergy.
Father Vincent says now is the time for church leaders to pursue a future that opens its arms to everyone.
Being able to reach out to others, maybe not the select few, but the whole, and I think Pope Francis did that. I would, if I had any voice whatsoever in that, that's kind of the focus that I would drive home, reaching out to everybody and having a space for everybody.
Father Vincent says that the loss of Pope Francis has been hard, but in the next few days, he'll be focused on the message of rebirth that comes with Easter. And he says 6 new people joined his church over the weekend. Earlier this year, Francis told the faithful that he wanted this year to be a year of jubilation, and church leaders don't want his death to get in the way of that.
Thank you, Nick. Well, this is a historic event that will affect billions of people around the world. So stay with 6 News. We're following all the developments out of the Vatican, and we'll keep you updated on air, online at WLNS.com and on the 6 News app.
Tonight, police in Jackson are investigating a homicide after a man's body was found inside a home.
6 News reporter Sean Graney spoke to neighbors there today, and he's joining us now live with the very latest.
Sherry, Siobhan, police say they responded to a welfare check late last night at a home in the 900 block of Orchard Place. After obtaining a search warrant, officers entered the home. When I showed up at the house this afternoon, a police forensic unit was in the driveway. We spoke with a few people who live nearby, and they say this place has been operating as a drug house for months, although police would not confirm that. Police did just release some new information saying that the victim, 45-year-old John Luce from Marshall, was confronted by several people in the home, and then he was shot and killed. People we spoke to say this house was known for being trouble.
Start noticing things. If you've ever been around things like that, it makes you think of what are people doing? What is Jackson doing to solve the situation? I feel Jackson loves their residents, but how does it make us feel if we can't be safe?
Police say they have identified at least 4 suspects in this case, and an investigation is still ongoing. No word on any arrests. Back to you.
All right, Sean, thank you. Communities in northern Michigan are still reeling from the major ice storm late last month, and Governor Gretchen Whitmer is asking FEMA to extend a federal emergency declaration for the region. The storm knocked out power to thousands of people, damaged homes and businesses, and blocked hundreds of miles of roads with debris. Governor Whitmer says the recovery effort is still ongoing, and she wants FEMA to give communities more time to make repairs and get reimbursed.
Well, fire destroyed a large barn on the outskirts of Okemos today and threatened to burn a nearby home as well. Take a look at this aerial footage from Ingham County Emergency Management. It happened on the 3700 block of Van Anna Road, that's just north of Jolly Road. The county and Meridian Township responded to the barn fire around 8:30 this morning. Nobody was injured, and crews were able to prevent the smoke and flames from spreading to a nearby house.
Measles cases are on the rise around the country, with hundreds of cases confirmed, including here in Michigan.
But measles can be prevented with a vaccine, which is why health officials in Ingham County have scheduled a vaccination clinic tomorrow.
It will take place from 3 to 7 p.m. in Conference Room A on the second floor of the Ingham County Health Department building. That's on Cedar Street in Lansing. Walk-ins are welcome, but you should bring a photo ID, and if you have insurance, bring your card.
Well, although Ramadan has come to a close, East Lansing Mayor George Brookover and Lansing Mayor Andy Shore are hosting the 17th annual Ramadan Unity Dinner.
Yes, organizers say the dinner is to celebrate diversity and bring awareness to Michiganders who go hungry in the community.
And tonight's keynote speaker is Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist. Taryn Simmons is at that dinner tonight. She's live with more. Taryn, how's it going so far?
Yeah, Sherry, Siobhan, this event is meant to bring people together and to also keep the community members fed, but also regardless to help people be together regardless of faith. Organizers tell me this year's theme is unity through meals. They say all the proceeds from the dinner will go to the Greater Lansing Food Bank. They also add that the dinner has contributed to more than $100,000 to the region's local food bank. Mayor Andy Shore says this event is important to bring people together to solve a common issue, which is hunger.
We have such an incredible diversity here in the Lansing area. We have different ethnicities, different races, different languages, so we love to celebrate. And we do that all year, and today we're doing the annual Ramadan event. So we want to talk about the culture, we want to talk about the Islamic society, we want to talk about the Muslim culture, but more importantly, we want to talk about hunger.
Mayor Andy Shore also says that although the event just started, they're not sure how much money they'll make, but he does hope that the event will bring more than $20,000. Here for you live in East Lansing, Taryn Simmons, 6 News.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, my favorite time of year is right around now as we're starting to see the later and later sunsets, which means we get to see pictures like this of some cotton candy skies. This is sent from Ovid, sent in by Carol. And if you would like your pictures to be shared online or here on our show, you should send it into our website, WLNS/share, and your picture could be featured every evening at 6 p.m. Overall, for the day today, we've seen some very cloudy skies, some very windy conditions, and our Skyview network cameras are showing that right now. Temperatures into the 50s, 51 degrees, high temperature around 65 degrees with a max wind of about 44 miles per hour. We're even still seeing the camera shaking just a little bit here in Grand Ledge, 51 degrees, high of 64 degrees, and we're looking at a max wind of 39 miles per hour. As we head into Jackson, temperatures still into the 50s, 54 degrees, 68 degree high, and a max wind of about 44 miles per hour. Finally, on our Hillsdale cam, we're looking at temperatures into the 50s, 53 degrees after a high of 66 degrees and a max wind of about 36 miles per hour. Because of those gusty winds, we still have a wind advisory in effect until 10 p.m., but probably will be expiring over the next couple of hours, so hopefully we don't have it still till 10 o'clock. As we head into the satellite and radar, we're seeing those clouds slowly starting to end, and we're going to see some peaks of some clear blue sky over the next couple of hours. Zooming out, we can see that this system is slowly moving to our north and to our east, and we'll eventually continue to see some clear skies for tonight, but we do have to get through a few more hours of some clouds with some quiet weather well off to our west. For tonight, we'll see temperatures back down into the 30s, 37 degrees with those decreasing clouds, so we'll see some sunshine in the forecast for tomorrow. Let's take a look at our precision cast. As we see our temperatures slowly start to fall tonight, our clouds are going to start to end. We don't have to worry about frost tonight as our temperatures are staying above freezing. As we head into the day tomorrow, we'll continue to see morning sunshine, then some afternoon clouds. We could even see a sprinkle here or there, especially down by Jackson or Hillsdale, but overall I think most of us will stay dry for the day tomorrow and even into some of Wednesday. Our wind gusts are going to also start to calm down. They'll still be in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range for this evening. Then as we head into the overnight and even into tomorrow morning, we'll continue to see our winds into the 15 to 25 mile per hour range. And as we head into the day tomorrow, we'll continue to see our temperatures into the 50s and 60s, so above average with mostly sunny skies for the morning hours, and eventually continuing to see our temperatures warming into the 70s as we head into the end of the week, and we'll continue to see pretty nice conditions except for Friday, a little bit of some rain showers in the forecast.
Very summer-like, and we like that.
Yes,
All right,
totally
thanks.
agree.
Thanks, Kelsey.